Hello, and welcome to Life as It Is with me, Dora Middleton. In today's segment, I want to talk about dating. Dating people that's older than you, meaning I would say people that's 5 to 10 years older than you. Is it wise? Is the question that I have. Is it too much trouble? Isn't just another question I have. And I'm asking because I've always been the type of person that usually, almost always actually, I always date people my age. I don't fluctuate, really. I don't. So it's either you're my age or I might let you be maybe 2 years older than me. I've never really done the younger than me type of relationships, but I have gone maybe 2 years older. But I recently decided to step out of my box. And the thing about me with my podcast, I always talk a lot about the things I've dealt with or things that I know other people close to me have dealt with that's okay with me discussing it on my platform. So from time to time on here, you will hear me talk about things dealing with myself. But now back to the story. I met a person that was I believe he's 10 years older than me. And it's been different. It's been different, and I wonder sometimes if it's something that I'm cut out for, because what I have noticed when you're dating people that's a little bit older than you, they feel that you don't know anything compared to them. They know more, or what they say is right because they have that 10-year age difference there, to where they think they're more wiser than you. And I know I'm not the only one that feels that way. Whether you're dating a man or woman or whomever, it gets to be sometimes such a headache, because it's like you feel you're always arguing over trying to get your point across, trying to get this other person to listen to what you're saying, and they don't want to listen because they feel they don't have to. And the thing about it is, even though the person is 10 years older than me, I'm still old enough. I just turned 50, so I'm not some, as I say, spring chicken. I'm not in my 20s, 30s. So I do know I've lived. Okay, I've been in this world now for 50 years. And I get so tired. It's like a battle, I don't think relationships should always have to be a battle. I know nothing is always peaches and cream. So anyone out there that thinks that relationships and dating and marriages is peaches and cream, you're in for a rude awakening, because it's not. You go through your trials and tribulations. You have your arguments. You have whatever issues that may come up that you guys are supposed to work through. But when you have someone that is so set in their ways that when you try to talk to them, they want to hang up on you, or they hang up on you, or they want to yell because they don't want to hear what you're saying. They want to out-talk you because what you're saying apparently is something they don't want to hear. They want to accuse you of things. Matter of fact, those type of people are narcissists, okay? I will put that out there. Or they do or say things and then they come back and apologize and say it's in the past when it just happened 20 minutes ago. Okay, so which means you can keep doing these things. You think you can keep doing these things and then come back 10, 15, 20 minutes later and say it's in the past, let it go. We've discussed it. No, we have not discussed it. We absolutely have not discussed it. You've not wanted to hear it. You didn't want to hear it, so you set it aside and basically threw away my grievances of what I'm saying is going on and what I don't like. Okay? And this has made me say time and time again to this person, and I'm not a fickle person. I'm not a person that's undecisive. I'm the type of person, okay, if I'm in, I'm in. If I'm not, I'm not. So I find myself sometimes saying, okay, you know what? Just leave. Do you leave me alone? I'm tired of it. I can't argue anymore. I'm tired of arguing with you. It's not worth it. I find myself thinking, what the hell have I gotten myself into? You know, and I think whatever likeness or whatever love you have for the person is eventually going to turn to something just not good at all. You find yourself not wanting to hear from this person. You find yourself not wanting to see this person. You find yourself regretting the day that you met the person, and it shouldn't be like that. And when you try to tell your partner what's going on, they don't want to hear it. And then when you confide in maybe someone is close to you about the situation, you're told you're putting people into our relationship. So I'm not supposed to confide in anyone. I can't talk to anyone about the relationship. But then this said person that told me not to do it when I had spoken to my daughter about it. My daughter and I, we were talking about this, and I was like, well, I was talking to him, and I'm like, well, I was talking to my daughter about the situation. And, she pretty much feels the same way I do. So people looking into the situation is seeing things the way I'm seeing it, the normal way. Oh, you're putting people in my business is what the person says. Okay. How am I? So because I want to confide in someone, I'm putting them in our business. The next thing I know, you're confiding in all of your sisters. So it's okay for you to run to your family and tell your side of what's going on. And then when they tell you, okay, well, she's right, you're wrong. Then you want to come back, well, my sister said, you're right, and I shouldn't be doing this, I shouldn't be doing that. But see, your sister said the same thing that my daughter said, but you didn't want to hear it. Okay, but because it's your family, you feel, okay, well, what they say goes. So my family said I was wrong, so I was wrong. I told you you were wrong, and you didn't want to listen. So, this is what I'm saying when I ask the question, is it worth it for a 50-year-old to date a man that's 10 years older than her? I say no. I say no because I'm like this really outspoken person, and I'm not going to bite my tongue to make someone feel good. I'm not going to candy coat anything, and I'm definitely not going to deal with, I think that is a form of disrespect. When I can't speak to you, but you can go and talk to Tom, Dick, and Harry and put them in, as you say, our business, and then come back to me telling me some bullshit. Okay, now, the problem I have is, why is it that you can't be the man that I thought you were? To sit here and talk to me like an adult and stop over talking me. Stop dismissing what I say. Stop arguing with me because I want to get my point across. It's like one-sided. You know what I'm saying? It's like the person feels, okay, it's my way or no way. So it's safe to say I believe that I'm done. And I hate to laugh about it, but I am. I'm done with trying to be nice. I've tried to be nice. I have. I've tried to listen to this person. Whenever the person wants to talk, I give them the floor. Talk. I don't cut them off. I let them speak. But then I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to get the same courtesy. I start talking. He's cutting me off. I can't get a word in. And then I have to say, look, please, could you be quiet and just let me speak? Let me speak. Oh, then he doesn't want to hear it. I'm getting off. You can get off my line. I'm getting off, and this and that. And I'm like, what the fuck did you say? So then I'm getting irritated, okay, by now. And I'm like, who the hell does he think he is? To where he thinks he could just tell me, well, you're not going to say anything. It's going to be this way or that way. I'm done, okay? I felt bad. And that's another question I have for you guys, since I read a lot of your comments after my videos. I shouldn't feel bad. I feel bad because I hold it in, and then when I can't hold it in anymore, I explode. And I explode on this person so bad and say some things so I feel bad afterwards because I know I cut. You know what I'm saying? The words cut. But to me, it's like I have no other choice because you're not going to let me speak. So if I don't come in like a bat out of hell, I'm not going to get a chance to speak because he's not going to allow it. And that's not right. And I'm saying this and I'm telling my story about my relationship, which I don't call it a relationship because I basically have taken myself out of it. And I've told this person I'm done. I still talk to the person and try to be friends, but I don't think dating, I can't do it. I can't. He's too much to handle. Meaning, when I say too much to handle, he could be very rude and disrespectful. He seems like he's controlling, and I just can't do it anymore. I sit here and I talk to people every day about their relationships. They come to me for advice. I give them really good advice. And it's like I'm not listening to my own advice. Because if I continue to interact with this person, rather romantically or as a friend, then I'm not taking my own advice. I cannot give someone else advice that I'm not taking or using in my own life. If anyone else told me that they had a man that was acting this way, I would tell them, cut the cord, cut your loss, walk away. So that's why, I've told the person, I'm done. I can't deal with you anymore. And then they put a guilt trip on you, like you're not understanding the problems I'm dealing with. I'm going through this. I'm going through that. So because you cannot be man enough to handle your problems, then you want to lash out and bring your drama and your disrespect my way because you can't do it. We all have problems in this world. Hell, the whole damn world is in uproar right now. We all have problems. But I bet you one thing, you're not going to see me lashing out at anyone at all, disrespecting anyone because I can't control my problems. As a woman, as a grown-ass woman, I have to know how to control my anger, my issues, or deal with whatever I'm dealing with in life without bringing that sorry shit to someone else the way he does. Okay? And the sad thing is, I've given this man so much respect. I have been there for him mentally in any way possible. I have been here for that man. I have been here by his side when others have walked away from him and don't give a damn, including family of his, friends of his. I'm there, but I don't ever get a thank you or I appreciate it. It's always some bullshit. It's like he seems like he's the type of person that would try, like I say, he's a narcissist. He's the type of person that would try to break you down and belittle you or try because he can't deal with the people that's using him or deal with the people that's misused him. So instead of taking that anger and frustration and shit out on the people that he should be taking it out on, he brings it to the person that shows him love and respect. That's why I have to let his ass go. And I can't honestly say that it's because of age, because there's a lot of nice older guys out there. I think what happened is I ended up getting the wrong one. And I'm grown up enough to say that I chose the wrong one. I've told him this 50 million times. You are not for me. You are not the type of man I want. You're not the type of man that I will be with. I have to let you go. But then I get guilt tripped, into feeling bad, like I've said or done something wrong when I say I'm done. But I've had so much time to think about this lately, and I am definitely done. I'm done. He's controlling. He claims he will tell me that he can change or he's working on changing, and that's a lie. What he does is he says what he feels I want to hear to keep me there, but it's not working anymore. So then he'll tell me, like, I can already tell that you're with someone else and you're dealing with someone else. Number one, I don't cheat. I've never cheated, not in high school, not in college, not now. And he's not going to make me a cheater. So before I cheat on anyone, I will walk away. I am one of the most faithful women you ever meet. That's something I don't do. Okay, but I can't say much for him. I really can't. He's done some things that is just so unbelievable that I can't, I just don't know. I don't know. But like I said, the reason why I did this segment is because I wanted to know what you all think about dating older men or dating older women or even dating younger men or younger women, maybe 2 or 3 years younger than you. Do you think that it's wise to do the older or younger thing? How has your experiences been? That's what I think I want to know. I read all of your comments and all of your questions. So I'm putting some questions out there to you guys now because I want your opinion. Yes, it's me doing this segment on dating older men or women, but I want your opinion on how do you feel about that? What are your experiences that you've had when you've tried to date someone older than you or someone younger than you? Has it kind of like brought you out of your character? Has it made you rethink even doing it, rethink continuing to do it? Because I think it's left such a bad taste in my mouth. I don't see myself ever doing it again. Because I just don't think that it's worth it. I'm sorry. If I was to ever date anyone that's older than me, I don't know that I would allow them to be 10 years older than me like I just did. Which, again, now this is something right here. I kind of feel bad about saying that because it's like I'm saying every guy that's older than me by the 10 years is a bad guy. I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is it something that comes with the territory, with the age, that they don't want to hear anyone else's opinions, that they don't want to listen, they feel they know everything? Or is it just that because this is my first time ever dating someone that old? I'm 50, the person is 60. So I'm saying to myself, was this something that I should have just not gotten into from the beginning? I just want to have this discussion. Any of you that's ever dealt with like a big age difference like that, was it good? I mean, was the relationship good, the friendship, or did it just end in disaster? Was it open communication? Because it has not been with me. It's only open communication when the person has something to say that he feels he wants out there. But when it comes to me, he's going to shut it down. He's going to out-talk me. He's going to get off the phone. He's going to do everything. He's going to argue. He's going to accuse me of everything under the sun so he doesn't have to listen to anything that I'm saying. But then I'm expected to listen to all of his bullshit, no matter what it is. And it makes no sense. And because I'm the type of woman that does not argue, I'll hang up. I'm not going to lie. I'll tell him, you know what, goodbye. I don't want to hear this shit. So I'll hang up because I'm not going to let anyone come at me in any type of abusive ways, rather physically or mentally or verbally. That's just something I'm not going to do, and I find myself flipping out like, who the F do you think you are, and this and that. And then I have to calm down like, wait a minute, this is not me. I've allowed this man once again to get me out of character. Why am I doing this? So I just want you guys' opinion. What do you think? Do you think being 50, should I have even gone out and dated someone that was 60 years old? Was this my own fault from getting myself tied up with someone that's 60? Because I just find it hard to believe that it would be, that hard to do. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of sweet men out there that's 60 years old. I think I just got one that just don't care about anyone besides himself. He doesn't care about anyone's feelings but his own. As long as his feelings are intact, he doesn't care. Now, when it comes to you, I think he just, the person he's with, he doesn't care about their feelings. But then he'll try to reverse it around and make it seem like you're doing something wrong. I tell you, he's a good one. And I study psychology now. But he's a good one, but he can't do it to me, really. That's why we're always butting heads. We're always into it because he can't do it to me. And he doesn't like the fact that I'm so strong-minded and I stand on my own and I don't accept any bullshit. So I think that's part of the problem because I won't back down. But see, here's the thing. Relationships isn't about who won't back down. They're supposed to be a partnership, equal partnership. We communicate, we talk to each other, we listen to each other. I'm not getting that with him. I'm not getting that at all. That's why I had to get out. Okay, I had to get out because I wasn't getting that and I was tired of arguing and tired of the bullshit. Just literally tired of it. So I will definitely be reading your questions or your answers to my questions. And I will answer any that you might have for me. I'm looking forward to it, to be honest. I really enjoy the feedback that I get from you all. It makes my day, believe it or not. I really thank all of you for listening to my podcast and all of my segments, because I know sometimes I be on one, meaning I be so angry about certain situations, and I know you hear it in my voice because I be spitting fire. But one thing about my podcast is that they're always 100% honest. I don't lie about anything. I don't mind talking about the things that I'm dealing with, because why would I think that I have the right to come on here and talk about other things that other people are dealing with and try to hide anything that I might be dealing with in my own life? So therefore, you may see some segments here where I talk about my own relationships or things that I've dealt with in my own life, because please, if I could talk about anyone else, I could talk about myself. And I don't mind sharing. I don't mind sharing, because if anything I've dealt with in my life, by me talking about it, can help someone else, then I'm willing to help someone else by talking about what I've dealt with. So, in saying that, that's why I decided to do this segment, because I was sitting here thinking about things and thinking about what I probably could have changed with the situation in the relationship I was just in. Or I'm kind of thinking I shouldn't have done it from the start. It just was something I shouldn't have done, but we live and learn. We definitely live and learn. I mean, it's opened my eyes up to a lot of things dealing with older men. It's let me see how some of them come off, how they think or what they feel. I think this situation has helped me. So if I encounter another person that's a tad bit older than me, I would know what to expect. I would know more, about certain ways that they have being an older man. And it gives me a heads up to ask myself, is this something that I want to deal with again? Or do I want to just keep moving? So again, I'm not saying he's a really bad person. I mean, he might be the right person for someone else, but he's just not the right person for me. I don't think he is. I believe that he has some selfish ways, and I believe that he doesn't know how to communicate with other people, and he's not trying to learn to communicate with others. Is either his way or no way. And I don't know how he's ever going to be in a decent, loving, committed relationship if he's so adamant about being disrespectful and not listening to how other people feel or what they think, but I'm not here to try to hold his hand. As he says, he's older than me. So considering that I'm 50 and he's 59, I shouldn't have to hold your hand. So I think that he's going to learn eventually or somehow, someday, that his ways are really fucked up and that he's going to change them, I hope. Or he's going to be alone, because I don't see any woman that's going to deal with his bullshit. I've dealt with it. Maybe for almost a year. Almost, but no more. I had to leave it. I had to get out. I literally had to get out of that situation. And I don't want no parts of it anymore. I don't want anything to do with it. I just don't. Because when I look back and think like, wow, I dealt with this and I let this person act like this. And did I really argue every day of my life? Every time I talked to this person, did it always turn into some kind of argument? It was toxic. I don't do toxic relationships. I don't do toxic friendships. But this was one toxic relationship. It was, and I knew better. I knew better. This is something I don't do. I don't do drama. I don't do toxic relationships. I don't do gossip. I don't do any of that. You know what I'm saying? But I allowed this man to put me right in the middle of a toxic relationship with him. And that's sad that I let my guards down enough to allow him to drag me into this type of bullshit. You know, I don't wake up in the morning to argue with someone at 5 o'clock in the morning. I don't wake up to argue with a man that gets upset because a male friend of mine texts me or calls me to say good morning that I've known since I was 15 years old. So that becomes an issue to where I'm dating this guy. You're dating him because he must want you. If he's texting you or calling you at 6 o'clock in the morning to say good morning, has it ever occurred to you that this is just a good family friend that my whole entire family knows, and that this man still respects me as a person since I've known him since I was 15 years old, and he just wants to say good morning, but he wants to read something more into it? You know, wants to make me out to be the bad person. And considering the fact that this man I'm not even going, you know what? I will tell my business on here because I have no problem doing it, but I'm not even going to go into the things he's done with people from his past and relationships and people he's been with. I'm not even going to do it. I'm not going to put it out there. You know, I'm not going to put it out there, but at least I know that the friends that I have are sincere friends. They're just friends checking on me, saying hello, good morning, have a good night. But they weren't, you know, in them doing that, they didn't have access to my home. They didn't have access to my money. They didn't have access to any of that. Now, I can't say much for his exes, okay? And I'll leave it like that. But that's all I wanted to really talk about. I just wanted to get on here and vent a little bit about dating older men, because I'm curious to know how many women out here that listens to me. How many of you guys have dated younger or older men and have dealt with bullshit like I've been dealing with? Just let me know. Just send me a message the way you usually do, and just let me know, hey, it turned out this way. I dealt with it. You know, I dealt with this. I dealt with that. Let me know that I'm not imagining things, because I know I'm not imagining things. This has been one of the hardest things I've done in a relationship, is deal with an older guy. I have never had a relationship go the way this one got, the way it went. And that's why I had to get out of it. But I'm just curious to hear some of the comments from you ladies or you men that's dated older women or younger women. How did it go? I mean, did it bring stress to your life? Because I know it brought it to mine. Chaos. It was toxic. It was just toxic. He was toxic, but he wanted to say it was me. Any of you that listen to my podcast, you don't hear toxic. I don't do toxic, okay? That's why I say the person is a narcissist. He blames me for everything. He lies. He apologizes. He does things, apologizes, and says it's over. He could have done it 2 minutes ago, and it's in the past. It's in the past. I don't want to talk about it. It's in the past. Honey, you did it 2 minutes ago. You don't want to talk about it, but I do. But then then it becomes an argument because he feels he doesn't have to talk about it because he said he doesn't want to. Okay. So that is the crazy shit that I've had to deal with by dating an older man. Thank God that is over. I left that situation. Thank you, Lord, for getting me out of that situation. But I can't wait to read your comments, okay? I hope all of you had a very blessed and happy Thanksgiving. And I hope that you're enjoying your weekend. And until we talk again, I would definitely like to thank you for tuning in to Life as It Is with me, Dora Middleton. And again, I can't wait to read you all's comments and answer any questions you have, and for you to answer my questions that I had for you all. But until then, thank you. Take care.